So what we have here is a Ukrainian air rifle. I didn't know Ukraine made air rifles, but apparently they do. And this is a Zbroia Sapsan. I'm sure that means something in Ukrainian. It's a bullpup design, so although you cock and load here, the magazine goes in there. That brings the comb quite high, so I've had to use some high mounts on the scope, otherwise I can't get my head down enough to look through the scope properly. I've fitted a myoptoscope, quite a nice little scope that, with lots of adjustments and a red dot. Put the trigger cam on the back so you can see what we're doing. I'm on 8x zoom, not that that makes any difference really. Nearly killed myself pumping it up to around about 250, but we're there now. One thing worth knowing, there's no mention of it in the instructions, but the filling port is hidden underneath this flippy magnetic trigger guard. It took me some time to find that. Right, so got a zeroing target set up down there, 25 yards. Put some pellets. Ooh. Using these Chinese things. Ukrainian Sports Goods Co. Limited. See what happens. I'm using this swinging metal target to zero. The moving plates show instantly whether you're high or low, left or right, and I find I can quickly get the sight aligned. Not bad. Right a bit more. And down a bit more. For the fine-tuning, I use an earlier pellet strike as my target, and my hit shows up clearly on the white plate. Ah, yes. Back up one. I'm happy with that. Very nice. Shooting very consistently, nice and smooth. I haven't put the moderator on, but it's perfectly quiet enough. I'm not bothered. Good. Still got plenty of air in the tank. Let's go and see if we can shoot some squirrels. Despite the keeper's efforts, there are still a few squirrels around the pheasant feeders, so I go for a drive around the chute to see what I can find. I'm pleased to see plenty of pheasants, but the squirrels are nowhere to be seen, even using a fancy hike microthermal spotter. I settle down to wait, overlooking the feeders beside one of the main release pens. Leaving the moderator off the rifle makes it nice and handy for manoeuvring in the vehicle, so I can quickly move to shoot out of either window. Right now isn't a good time for squirrel shooting. There's plenty of natural food available, and with the leaves still on the trees you get a frustrating glimpse and then the squirrel scurries off into cover. This one's sitting up a tree munching on beech nuts. You can see the warm husks dropping as it feeds. I can see it clear enough in the thermal, but there are too many leaves and twigs in the way for a shot. I try moving the car for a better view. It's not the easiest shot, but the Zbroia does the business with a clean headshot. With the light fading, a couple of squirrels pluck up courage to check out the feeders. That's one down, then another appears in the tree above. By now it's too dark for the camera to show much, but that one takes a pellet in the head and falls stone dead too. You can find out more about the Zbroia Sapsan at Artemis Outdoors, link in the description below. And for more about grey squirrel control, check out the Grey Area on Facebook, link below.